Aliens stunned humans can pet anything. Beginning. The year was 2147, and Earth had changed in ways no historian could have predicted. After centuries of war, pollution, and distrust, humanity had stumbled into an unexpected era of peace. Not because of diplomacy, not because of technology, but because of pets. Yes, pets. It had started innocently, with the discovery of the petting effect by Dr. Lynn Navarro, a neuropsychologist studying stress relief. She found that when humans petted animals, dogs, cats, goats, even lizards, oxytocin levels rose, stress melted away, and the brain's empathy circuits lit up brighter than fireworks. World governments noticed, corporations invested, and soon petting centers were established in every city. But Earth's great surprise came not from its own creatures, but from the day the Ziri arrived. The Ziri were tall, crystalline-skinned beings who traveled across galaxies in living ships. Their arrival sent every nation scrambling with fear. Cities fortified, militaries prepared, doomsday cults rejoiced. The Ziri's ship landed in the Arizona desert, glowing like a diamond at sunrise. When the first emissary stepped out, humans braced for annihilation. Instead, the alien froze mid-step. Its faceted eyes widened, its strange wings fluttered, and then it collapsed, shaking in disbelief. Because a human child, no older than 6, had rushed forward past security, completely ignoring the guard's shouts, and hugged the alien's leg. She didn't scream. She didn't run. She simply smiled, reached up with sticky candy-stained fingers, and petted the Ziri's shimmering skin as if it were the family golden retriever. The alien trembled, and then began emitting a resonant hum, something between a laugh and a gasp. Unimaginable, it said in perfect English, as if the universe itself had bent to translate its awe. Humans can pet anything? And thus, everything changed. Middle. The revelation spread across the galaxy like wildfire. Humans possessed a gift no species had ever documented before. They could pet anything, from fur to scales, plasma-based life forms to acidic slime organisms, and not only survive the contact, but make the creature calmer, friendlier, and in many cases, bond for life. What humanity had always seen as a quirk, a pastime, or an instinctive joy became recognized as a galactic superpower, the ability to soothe and connect with the untamable. Soon, Earth was flooded with delegations. Giant worm beings from Gorlax Prime slithered through Tokyo streets, begging humans to pet their armored segments. Cloud-like entities from Vanos. 3 drifted gently across New York skyscrapers, thrilled when humans stroked their vaporous bodies. Even the warlike Dractyl dragons, creatures known for reducing starships to molten slag, purr like oversized kittens when human hands brushed against their scales. The Ziri established embassies across Earth, documenting humanity's skill with rigorous fascination. Your species, Ambassador Reshkala declared before the United Nations, is the universe's ultimate mediator. You possess hands that dissolve hostility. You are not warriors. You are not conquerors. You are the great petters. Humans, of course, leaned into it. Pet cafes became interstellar businesses. Professional petters traveled off-world, hired by alien governments to soothe wild megafauna or pacify restless fleets. Zoos became less about observation and more about interspecies bonding sessions. But not everyone was thrilled. Some humans felt reduced, stereotyped as soft-handed diplomats. Military leaders worried Earth's image was too cuddly, too non-threatening. What if some alien empire exploited the gift? Could petting really be the cornerstone of humanity's legacy? And then came the crisis that would put it all to the test. It began with the arrival of the Krell Dominion. The Krell were feared across dozens of systems. Towering, spine creatures with triple jaws and voices like grinding stone. They enslaved planets, harvested resources, and laughed at treaties. They came to Earth not for peace, but conquest. Their ships blotted out the sky above Beijing, Cairo, Sao Paulo, and San Francisco. Their leader, Overlord Kragath, broadcast a message across every frequency. Humans, you think your strange touch gives you power? We are immune to such weakness. Neo and Earth will be spared. resist, and be erased. For the first time since the petting effect had gone galactic, humanity faced an enemy they might not be able to calm. The world trembled. Governments debated surrender. Armies scrambled defenses. And in the middle of it all, a group of scientists, diplomats, and ordinary citizens formed an unorthodox plan. They would pet the unpettable. The test. The mission was risky, absurd, and desperate. A delegation of volunteers would board the Krell flagship and attempt physical contact with Kraggett himself. If humanity's gift worked, they might avert destruction. If not, Earth would burn. Among the volunteers was a young woman named Mary Solano, a teacher from Madrid. She had grown up with pets of every kind, cats, dogs, birds, even a rescued desert lizard she called Pepe. When the Ziri scientists tested her, they found her gift unusually strong. Animals, aliens, even notoriously hostile species, responded to her touch within seconds. She was chosen as Earth's prime petter. The launch was broadcast worldwide. Billions watched as Maris, clad not in armor but in simple cotton clothes, entered the looming maw of the Krell flagship. The corridors dripped with biometal, the walls alive with pulsing veins of alien steel. Krell guards hissed and clicked, their barbed limbs twitching as they led her before their overlord. Kraggett loomed like a mountain of obsidian, his body a fortress of spikes, his 3 jaws opening and closing in grim amusement. "So this is your champion?" he growled. "This fragile mammal with trembling hands? Pathetic." Maris took a deep breath. The entire planet's fate pressed down on her shoulders, but she remembered Pepe, the lizard who once bit her finger until she calmly stroked his scales and won his trust. She remembered the stray dogs that followed her home because of her gentle pats. She remembered every alien who had melted under her touch. Slowly, she approached Kraggett. His guard snarled. Weapons hummed. The world held its breath. Maris raised her hand. Her palm hovered over Kraggett's jagged carapace. The Overlord sneered, certain of his invulnerability. Then she touched him. Transformation. At first, nothing happened. Kraggett's body was cold, ridged, unyielding. His triple jaws flexed, preparing to snap her in half. But Maris kept her hand steady, stroking along the rough edges of his armor, her other hand gently brushing his spine shoulder. And then something shifted. Kraggett's rumble changed pitch. The grinding growl softened into a strange, unfamiliar vibration. His spines twitched, then lowered. His triple jaws loosened, opening not in hunger but in confusion. No, not confusion, comfort. The mighty Overlord, terror of galaxies, closed his 6 eyes halfway. His massive body relaxed. The vibration grew louder, rhythmic, unmistakable. Kraggett was purring. The Krell guards froze in shock. The galaxy watched in silence. And on Earth, billions erupted in tears, laughter, and disbelief. Kraggett, the unpettable, the conqueror of worlds, leaned down, pressing his colossal head against Maris's small hands. "Impossible," he whispered, voice breaking. "No being has ever touched me without fear." Maris smiled softly. "You're not unpettable. You were just waiting for someone to try." Ending. The war ended before it began. Kraggett, now bound to Earth by a bond he couldn't explain, withdrew his fleets and signed a treaty of eternal peace. He even sent Krell diplomats to Earth's petting centers, where the sight of spiny monsters lining up for human affection became oddly ordinary. Humanity's reputation soared. The galaxy no longer saw them as fragile mammals, but as universal mediators capable of taming even the wildest of tyrants. Petting became more than a quirk. It was a cornerstone of diplomacy, a bridge across species. Maris returned home a hero, but she always insisted she had done nothing extraordinary. "All I did," she told reporters, "was reach out my hand. Anyone could have done it." Still, children across Earth began practicing the Maris method, learning to approach even the strangest creatures with patience and compassion. Alien academies invited humans to teach classes in empathy, and slowly, planets that had once been divided by war began finding common ground. sometimes literally in the form of communal petting zoos. The Ziri summed it up best. Other species wield weapons, fleets, and power. Humans wield hands. And in the end, it is the softest touch that reshapes the stars. And so the legend spread across the cosmos that humanity, strange little primates from a blue world, could pet anything, anything at all,